What's up everybody? Today I'm doing the exciting thing of changing strings, but I thought I'd post a few sound samples just to kind of let people know what these guys sound like. I have Slinky Cobalt on my 4-string, really like them. They're advertised as a high output string, and they are. They made my 4 a lot louder. Today I'm putting them on 5-string set. I'll be putting them on my black 5-string strings that are on it. I've had this guy for a couple years and haven't changed him, and these are probably the strings that they came on with brand new. I know the guy before me didn't have it long. He probably didn't change strings, so there obviously be a big difference between 2-year-old strings and new strings, but this is also a pretty low output active bass, and hopefully this will bump it up a little bit and get me some more high end. Yeah, on my 4 these are a very aggressive sounding string, so we'll see what it does to this guy. I'm going to be running straight through a B3, no amp. I'm going to use some drum tracks on there to play along with and just kind of jam for a little while. So, both pickups, tone straight up. Alright, new strings on. Let's see what they sound like. Alright, now my thoughts on the strings. Played this for a couple of weeks. I mostly play at church. So I played it for a couple services, a couple weeks worth of practices. It's really probably been more about a month. Yeah, probably about a month since I recorded, the video, putting them on and everything. But first week I hated them. They were crazy bright. We use in-ear monitors, and I mean, like, all you could hear is my fingers sliding up and down the strings, and it was just super bright. I was like, just cut the treble the whole time. Second week of playing through them, they started to kind of, pull that super bright end down a little bit. And I was like, okay, these aren't bad. They're still a little harsh for what I do, at church. If we're really, really kicking it, I actually got a good kind of Rush Tom Sawyer tone out of it, with so yeah, really driving songs. I mean, that's kind of, I think that's more what these are for, is like the really rocking. And of course, it's a Thunderbird. You put aggressive strings on it, it's going to sound really rocking, really aggressive. Which is good, but not for what I'm doing most of the time. And yes, I play a 5-string Thunderbird at church every week that I play. I don't play every week. But I think a couple more months maybe, as they start to deaden down, get rid of a lot of that really annoying high end. I mean, it's just too much for what we do. I do think it has a good upper mid tone to it. which I like, especially through this neck pickup. You know, the bridge a lot of times is still too bright and too, you know, rocky and clanky, especially since I like to do a lot with a pick. I haven't played like with a pick at all at church the last couple of weeks, and I have to be careful not to, you know, clank it off the fretboard and really play hard, because it's way too aggressive, you know, for most of it, you know. And there's times when we get into a song and we're, you know, punching it out and really rocking out, but most of the stuff we're doing, you know, it's a little lighter and doesn't need to have that clank and punch and rip your head off type sound. So if that's what you're going for, these strings are rip your head off type sound. When I put Cobalt on my Passive 4, that was the sound I was going for. It was in a little more of a rock band, and they ripped your head off. I actually think my Passive 4 has, that Passive 4 set has more balls than these do. They make them in a heavier gauge. I think on the Passive I've got like the 110 to 50 or 55 set. And they have balls. I mean, it's, you know, it's that high-end rip your head off even on the Passive, and just a lot more low end with those heavy gauge strings. Some of you probably already knew that from using heavy gauge strings, but I think it sounded really good on the Passive because it didn't have as much high-end definition, like that high mid I talked about. I think that really helped out those passive humbucker pickups, or mudbuckers as people like to call them sometimes. I think it helped make those a little more articulate. Articulate? Yeah. I like an articulate sound. I like to be able to hear, you know, the definitions and what I'm playing and the different stuff. I don't want a wall of mud sound. Some people do, you know, not for me. I don't like wall of mud sound. That's why I like the Active, because it isn't more articulate. That's a weird word. Anyways, would I buy these again for my 5? Right now, probably no. They're expensive. They're a little too bright for what I like. But not saying you wouldn't like them this bright. Give them a couple of months maybe to kind of deaden them down. But I mean, really, the ones on my Passive, you know, kind of about a couple month mark, that's kind of where they've stayed. And they still have a nice clarity, a nice ring to them, a nice aggressive tone. I probably just need to do a demo with that. So I'll probably do that at some point. Would I buy them again for my Passive? Yeah. Buy them again for my Active? Probably not. You know, we'll see once it comes time to replace them, which I don't replace strings often. You know, it's like a couple of, I've had this for like 3 years and never replaced the strings on it, and I bought it used. So who knows when I'll be doing another string video. But I do think, you know, unless these really mellow out to a nice stage, I think I'll probably be looking around for something different. And it's just fun to try different stuff. So those are my thoughts. Active T-Bird Pro 5, Cobalt strings. Yeah.